Hi everybody, my name is David. Thank you for watching Crazy Narcissist Ex-Girlfriend. Today I want to talk about some of the differences between psychopaths and sociopaths and narcissists. I always think it's really important to identify who the person you are with is, what they were, who they were. It's going to help you understand what happened and how to heal from it. I think there's a lot of confusion in this area. I know I have been confused before and not quite sure what exactly the difference is between them. Personality disorders and the study of them is changing everything all the time, and there's going to be many more changes in the future. There has to be, there needs to be more understanding. I was just watching a video the other day about a neuroscientist called James Fallon. I would recommend to look him up and watch him. Really interesting story I'll get to in a minute. Narcissists, I'm going to start there. Narcissists, supposedly there's two different ways to become a narcissist. One is one we don't talk about too much, and that is the praised golden child, held up on a pedestal, can't do any wrong. A lot of times might be the only child, might be the oldest or the baby. It's just, they're objectified. They're treated as an object. The other way you become a narcissist is through abuse. So much abuse, your brain is system overload, can't take it. Stuck on self-preserve. That is another way to become a narcissist. What happens is your frontal lobe of your brain houses empathy. I don't want to get totally into narcissism, but really what happens is we all are narcissists as children, okay? We don't have the capacity to care for others and their feelings, stuff like that. At a certain point, we begin to develop those qualities, and the problem with narcissists is they didn't get to develop this because of too much abuse or treated too good. Both of them were treated like objects. They were objectified. Their emotional needs weren't met. They learn they have to take care of just themselves, watch out for themselves. They never developed empathy for people. You can actually take brain scans and see that the frontal lobe of their brain isn't as active. The part that deals with empathy for others and emotions and feelings. These people are emotional fucking retards, to say the least. Emotional idiots. Psychopaths and sociopaths. Sociopaths, I believe psychopaths and sociopaths are also narcissists, by the way. There's different degrees and spectrum of narcissists. You could have the mellow, nurturing mother that gives you everything you need, clothes on your back, food on the table, make sure you get to school, make sure you go to the doctor if you have to go to the doctor, but the emotional needs aren't met. She doesn't know how to be there for her child, this and that. That might be a mellow narcissist. They get worse, much worse, as we all know. So the sociopathic narcissist is kind of a higher spectrum. Psychopaths are a little different. What we are learning now, we are learning that psychopaths, I like to say nurture or nature. Nature, is it genetic? Did you get it from your mother, your father, grandfather, stuff like that? Nature, is it your environment? Were they raised this way? A narcissist is nature. A psychopath is both nurture and nature. There's several different factors to be a psychopath. You can look up genetics. You can look up backgrounds of families, see the history of violence, murder, stuff like that. The other thing you can do is do brain scans, okay? And you can see that the frontal lobe does not have activity. They lack empathy for others. Another thing is and I've talked about the amygdala. The amygdala houses a fear response. Now, this is something interesting you'll notice about psychopaths. They don't have that fear of getting caught, that anxiety of what they're doing is wrong. They don't have that. They don't experience that, and they don't show that. Psychopaths need a trigger. So you have the brain for a psychopath, and then in life, you're triggered. So you get that, say that abuse, okay? That will trigger that psychopath. Now, all of these are personality disorders, which means you judge them by their behavior. That's all we can do. What makes a psychopath? Their behavior. What makes a narcissist? Their behavior. What makes a sociopath? Their behavior. Children can show signs of being a psychopath as a child. And it, like I said, it's that fear response. You can show children. Now, us as humans, we are able to, what we see in a human face is incredible. The billions of people on this planet, our brains are able to identify each and every single person and remember their face on this planet, and probably a lot more. We're also able to pick up on responses by people's face. And one of the biggest ones is a fear, that fear face that somebody gives you. That makes us react inside, internally, big time. Okay, that plays on our amygdala, and we sense the fear in your face. It makes us react, and you can actually test this reaction. You can actually measure it. With children that are psychopaths, there pretty much is almost none, and you have to show that face of fear so much more intensely for them to pick up that you're afraid. They just don't care. They don't pick it up. They don't sense it. You can even go further to show dangerous physical scenes where somebody might get hurt, and you'll see their response is not normal. They're not afraid. It's pretty scary. The thing about a psychopath is they're not good at reading your feelings and emotions. And they don't know, they can't process whether somebody else feels good or bad. They can't pick that up. So if they don't know, and that's how you decide what behavior of yours is good or bad. By your reaction. I'm going to decide what I did, if it hurt you or if it made you feel good, by looking at you and watching you, seeing your reaction. If I can't pick up that, and I can't process that, then how do I know what my behavior is good or bad? So to them, there is no good or bad. Do you understand? It's all them. So if somebody has money in their wallet and they see that and they want the money's good, the person's bad. If they want to have sex with this woman and this woman won't have sex with them, now rape is good and the woman is bad. They can't process how you feel. They can't pick up how you feel. They don't know what's good or bad. Their good or bad is dependent on what they want. Scary shit. Really scary shit. No conscience. Nothing bothers them. No fear. So you've got that nature and nurture thing with a psychopath. A sociopath, I believe, is just like a narcissist. Grew up with abuse. And some of the differences you'll see with a psychopath and a sociopath, they're both antisocial personality. They're both completely anti-society. Okay? They will commit crime. They will do everything from litter, environmental laws they'll break. They might abuse pets and hurt animals. Everything from constant driving infractions, cutting in line. I mean, it's just rules and laws just don't fucking apply to them. They don't give a shit. Now, they know what's wrong or right. Okay? They know because society, makes that very clear, And another thing you guys need to realize that none of these people are crazy. Insanity is not what describes them. They're not crazy. These people are like us, except their brain is disordered. Like I said, it never matured emotionally. They're not crazy. They know exactly what they're doing. They're predators. They believe that they are better than us. They see our weakness. Our weakness is that we care, we forgive, we take them back. It's all weaknesses. Now, the difference between a sociopath and a psychopath, one of the major ones is basically the sociopath is going to get caught for their antisocial personality and their behaviors. They're going to get caught more likely than a psychopath. The sociopath will react with huge emotional outbursts, not being afraid of the outcome, more likely to go to jail, where the psychopath will plan and plot and come up with scenarios to get what they want and not get caught. Here are 7 things that decide a psychopath. And it's pretty incredible because all of them apply to my ex. Now, does that mean she's a psychopath? No. It is by behaviors. I don't think she's a psychopath. I think she's a sociopath. But she could be a psychopath. I don't know. The problem is her mother is an overt narcissist, nasty as hell. Her grandmother's an overt narcissist. There's a long family line of sick people. She could be a psychopath. Number 1, rules and laws. Don't apply to them. They don't give a shit. Number 2, pathological lying. They lie. They lie all the time. Everything they fucking say is a lie. Basically, if their lips are moving, they're lying. They act impulsively. Immediately. Bam. With no thought of repercussions, outcomes. There could be violent. My ex was fucking violent. Big time. They don't care about others' feelings. That's number 5. Number 6, bad with money. Can't handle money. And number 7, don't feel guilt or remorse. Now, those being 7 criteria for a psychopath, now you have a couple of them and you show that you don't really care about people, so that doesn't make you a psychopath. My ex has every single fucking one of those. To a T. And she's strong. She's pretty fucking strong in all of them, too. Is she a psychopath? I don't know. But this should help you guys understand a little bit better. Going back to James Fallon, the neuroscientist. He was doing research on brain activity. And he was getting tons of brain scans from prisoners, murderers, normal people, narcissists, psychopaths. And what he realized is he was looking at a brain scan of himself and realized that he is a psychopath. He has the exact same brain of a psychopath. He looked back at his family and realized that there's possible psychopaths in his family, murderers, convicted murderers in his family tree. And then he realized he's a fucking narcissist. Now, he realized this when he was in his 60s, and he went around telling his family, and his family was like, yeah, we know. You're a fucking psycho, we know. Now, not meaning he was a bad person, but there was just little crazy things he did. Now, he was close to his family. He's very close to his family. He seems like a fucking pretty nice guy. His family really loves him. He's family-oriented. He does lots of things with his family, and it's very important to him. But he doesn't feel. He has no connection to his family. It's very odd. Times where it matters to his family that they need him, say a death in the family or something, he takes off and goes to a party. Now he's trying. Now he's doing things, even though he'll admit there's no sincerity at all. I don't feel it. I don't want to. I don't care. But I just know that you're supposed to do the right thing and be good to people. Right? So it's just really interesting. And what we're learning about psychopaths today is, I mean, look at our government. Yes, Trump is probably a fucking psycho. I mean, bottom line is, without getting specifics, they're running our country. They shape our society. Psychopaths do. They have an uncanny ability to make decisions without feelings, without second guessing themselves, without guilt and remorse. Something needs to be done. They do it. Done. They make good leaders in that sense. We put them there. And something else I wanted to add was that psychopaths can be good leaders, like I was saying, and then not be good in the family. or they can be good with their family and not good with society. So like James Fallon, good family man, maybe he wouldn't be the best in society or the best leader. Maybe you'll have Gandhi, someone like him, good leader, who wasn't very good at home with the family. It's really interesting that James Fallon is such a successful neuroscientist with a great family, loving family that loves him, there for him, supportive. He's been there for them. And he's a psychopath. So these guys go undetected, and sometimes they don't even know. Pretty crazy. But then again, he didn't get that trigger response. He didn't get that trigger as a child. So his mother was fully aware that he was special and treated him specially and was very nice to him. He said he was like the golden child, stuff like that. So who knows how he would have turned out with some abuse, with that trigger response. And, you know, another thing with psychopaths is, like I said, they don't have that fear response. And they are so hard to detect that even professionals don't know who they are. The very, very, very top leading professional in psychopathy is fooled all the time and can't detect psychopaths because they're that hard to detect. If they don't want you to know, you won't know. Sometimes criminal psychologists can kind of pin these criminals in prison. They can pin them against the wall, you know, and kind of find out if they're a psychopath. But that's it, man. The only people that can know psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists are us. People that have been close to them. People that know them. That have watched and studied their behavior, know their reactions, know what they do. We know what they are. So it's important to identify the person that abused you for this long, to know why they did what they did and not feel like it was our fault or feel like it was some special combination recipe between us and them. You know, as Ross Rosenberg calls it, the codependence dance. Fuck that fucking shit. I'm so fucking sick of that. Fuck you, codependent dance. No, I wasn't codependently dancing with them. I was fighting back and saying, go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. You know, I was doing that. Later I found out they liked that shit. So, I hope this helps a little bit. Please ask me any questions you have. I know it's confusing, and believe me, doctors and scientists are confused still. They're all trying to find the answers, and there will be more and more answers as time goes on. This will all change. It needs to be. There are so many personality disorders that aren't even classified. They're in groups as others, or they get thrown in with narcissism. Psychopaths, I think it's like 1% or something of the population. So not all your girlfriends and boyfriends are psychopaths. They might seem like it, but they probably aren't. One difference I could tell between my girlfriend and psychopaths is she had constant anxiety. She is constantly afraid of stuff. So psychopaths don't have that fear. You know. So, like I said again, I hope it helps. Please ask me any questions you guys have. Okay? I'll answer them. Thank you for watching very much. Take care of yourself. Love yourself first. Bye-bye.